I'm really, really enjoying this. This is actually quite cathartic. Um, oh my God, this is what people are talking about. Hi, I'm Matt from Tubby Tarot. Welcome to another 10 Talk Tuesday. Today's video is an apology. It's an apology video that I felt I need to make. I felt this way for a number of weeks, and I want to apologize about a video I made last year about journaling. And I'm the first person to admit when I'm wrong. Okay, if I've done something wrong, I admit it. I would rather face the consequences of my actions than shut my mouth and pretend to be like the one in the right, devil may care, whatever. I'm not that kind of person. And so I am making this apology video. If you haven't seen the other video, there's a link down below. Go and have a look at it if you like. If you like. In that video, I stated that the whole video was about journaling is a waste of time. Why don't you take that time and go and spend it with your family, or take that time and go and give that time to a charity? And the video, at the time, that was genuinely what I believed. I was quite anti-journaling because I did really see it as a time waster. And I really did get some harsh comments. I also got some people saying, dude, like, seriously, what the F? Like, listen to yourself. I also got some people saying, I agree with you. So it was a bit of a mixed bag, but 90% of the comments were like, watch yourself, you're stepping on thin ice, we'll come and give you a fucking bitch slap. Okay. And I started thinking about this. I thought about the response that I was getting. And I do this with a lot of my videos, not all of them, because some of them are like just chatty things. But a lot of my videos, I look at the reaction of my subscribers, you guys. And a lot of your comments make me really think, especially if they're comments that don't agree with me. Okay. And remember this in life, people. It's the people that don't agree with you that you'll probably learn more from than the people who just go, yeah, okay, yes. All right. Unless they genuinely agree with you. But it's generally the people that don't agree with you, or the comments you get, in my case, that don't agree with me. Those are the comments I learn the most from. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do an experiment. It's pointless me just saying something with experience from the past, because that's where I was coming from. I was coming from a Matthew version of me that was probably hurt or damaged somehow by journaling. I really can't remember, but something must have happened in my past. So anyway, cut the long story short, because I could go on. I decided that I was going to give this a go. All right. I got an old book, a book that was lying around, and I went online and I looked at all kinds of videos about journaling because I wanted to get it right. For me, there's a right way and there's a wrong way, and I wanted to do the right way. And I stumbled across these videos about junk journals, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. It's so creative. You could do this, you could do that. Anyway, when I actually eventually tried sewing my own books together, they were an absolute freaking disaster. So I thought, well, I'll rather just take some pages out of an existing notebook to make it thinner, and I'll use that. And I started off by I started off by creating this journal. So I'm going to show you something. Okay, this was my journal. Okay. Now, guys, this is all going to be the wrong way around because I don't want you to read what's in the journal. So everything's going to be the wrong way around because I'm also videoing with my front camera, which is quite clever because I don't want you to read what's in my journal, but I can show you what's in here. So there it is. Okay, pretty. It's tied together with this thing. Okay, so all you do is you undo it. So this is how I started my journal. Okay, I started by putting little things in, little sayings, and then I thought, okay, because now I'm using this journal as almost like a grimoire. So there's a whole lot of instructions on how to do yoga, pretty pictures, and slowly but surely this journal ended up morphing into something completely different. Look, there's my chakras in the picture, and slowly but surely it started morphing into clean eating. Okay. And then it started becoming like, I started doing more and more of this kind of thing, you know, really cool stuff. Check. If you can pull stuff out. And I started writing little things. And I started getting like really, really into this. And then I came across like a whole lot of my dad's old sort of pictures, photos, and his birth certificate and stuff. And so I started like writing about my dad, and I made this corner and I could stick all his stuff in there. See there. And then I got like pictures of myself as a baby, and I stuck those in. Yeah, that's me as a baby. And then I had pictures of my mother's father, my grandpa, and I stuck those in and I wrote about him. And this book suddenly took on a life of its own, you know, little things about my mom, stick stuff in there, my mom, and all kinds of really cool stuff. You can see it's like pictures of me when I was at school, and these are primary school, this is high school. And so it goes on, all right, blah, blah. And then I was thinking to myself, you know what, I'm really, really enjoying this. This is actually quite cathartic. Oh my God, this is what people are talking about. This is what it's all about. And I realized that it doesn't have to be a journal, it doesn't have to be a tarot journal. I don't have to take a journal and write down every tarot reading that I do for myself or pick cards. I can do a journal like that. I won't do one like that for myself because it's just for me, it is too much work. But a journal can be a journey. It can start off as something and it can end as something completely different or morph into something completely different. In fact, I'm going to quickly show you in the back of this book, I've actually started, where is it? I'll show you. I actually started writing about books that I have. Okay. There's a whole lot of things about the books that I have on my bookshelf. So in the front, I've got all this like family stuff, all this like stuff that started off as yoga positions, and God knows how I ended up talking about how my mom suffered in labor with me. How the fuck did that happen? You know? And then in the back of the book, I talk about the books that I have on my bookshelf and which ones I'm getting, and it becomes a bit of a scribbly thing with ticks and this is what I was going like, oh my God, this is what people are talking about. This is why it is so cathartic. And I'm here to tell you that I am a convert. So all the people who bitched and moaned at me and told me, you don't know what you're talking about, I take great offense at this, I can do journaling and I can look after my family. I honestly apologize to you because you are all right. It doesn't mean that the people who said to me, we agree with you, etc., it doesn't mean that you're wrong, okay? But I'm going to ask you, get a small notebook and just start off by doing that. Just try it. Try it. See if it works. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. The thing is, and I've realized now that a journal doesn't have to be a big thing like this. Okay? It doesn't have to be a huge big book like this. It doesn't have to be a huge big A4 folder. A journal can be something tiny. It can be a little pocket book that you perhaps just write a few sentences in every day, or perhaps an affirmation. That's a journal, okay? Whether it's a journal about, I don't know, your tarot readings, or whether it's a journal about your great-great-grandfather's involvement in the Boer War, they're still journals, okay? And so I humbly apologize to the people that I probably offended in my previous video, because you know what, you guys were right. And I have learned so much from your comments that I can actually say, I'm keeping a journal. And I'm actually quite chuffed with that. I'm actually quite proud of my journal. I don't write in it every day. I write in it when something comes to me and when I actually feel I need to be creative or write a little something down. It's not a day-to-day journal. As you can see, it's more a reminiscent journal, a reminiscing journal. Okay. Guys, I want to thank all of you for the previous videos comments, and I really hope that you will comment here again, especially if you commented in the previous video. As I say, once again, To everybody I offended or perhaps ruffled a few feathers, I do apologize because I can honestly see now where you guys are coming from. You know who I am. I'm Matt from Tubby Tarot, and I will see you on the flip side.